What would Russell Westbrook mean to LA Clippers at this point? What would Russell Westbrook mean to the LA Clippers at this point in the season? As one of the most dynamic and polarizing players in the league, Westbrook has the ability to completely change the course of a team's season. But with the Clippers already boasting a talented lineup, it's not entirely clear whether Westbrook would be a game changer or a disruptive force. So today we're going to take a closer look at the potential impact of this trade and see what the future might hold for both the Clippers and Westbrook himself. So buckle up, basketball fans, because this is going to be one exciting ride. Russell Westbrook is allegedly close to negotiating a buyout agreement with the Utah Jazz and wants to join the LA Clippers. Now, the length of this video won't be excessive, yet because he is Russell Westbrook, I had to abandon my hasty observations. I'll start with the potential advantages. I'm not sure whether Russ will start right now. I'm speculating with this video since I have no idea how many minutes he'll have or what Ty Lue's actual plan of attack with Russ is. Russ does, however, provide the squad with some kind of alpha leadership presence. Keep in mind that I have stated this since our return to it with drawbacks. Maybe I just have PTSD and I'm unable to forget what occurred within the bubble, but I still get glimpses of that series against Denver whenever I watch the Clippers now. Like when things start to go out of hand, the league begins to decline. Kawhi and PG shift to ISO basketball. Your turn, my turn, and the necessity for a point guard becomes more obvious. Kawhi and PG, who don't have an alpha personality, just kind of go through the motions. I still see the illustration. A few weeks ago, they were winning against Milwaukee for the entirety of the game when they suddenly collapsed in the fourth quarter, losing both of their key players. They do the same thing against the Knicks to the next night and unfortunately manage to avoid OT. They repeat the process when they face Dallas Sands, Luka Doncic and Kyrie's debut. You get nothing from Kawhi in the last third. They just don't have a leader to sort of give them that spark, and I just feel like I see too much of that for the squad. No, Russell Westbrook won't save your life, but he can give you a small boost when things get tough. While he's unquestionably a great talent, it seems like the team kind of follow Paul George in important situations when the game isn't focused on a particular shot. If anything, Russ will be the first team all energy, for better or worse, and I think they could use it. Another plus is that because of what the Lakers fortified to bring them in, we are aware of how big of a catastrophe Russ was with them. Moreover, they were unable to surround that chill with the suitable items. Even if it was already a bad fit, it will become worse if more components are lost. This fits the bill much better. Russell Westbrook's trade-in by the Lakers was never justified. He's an offensive facilitator and a point guard who controls the ball well. The Lakers had that previously. Russ's removal from that position, therefore, served only to highlight how inadequate this half-court skill set has always been. But now that they have some kind of floor general, the Clippers, a club that sorely needs that, are better off. I appreciated John Wall would be the one, we all did, but his defense performance is so terrible that a championship team just could not play him. Even though he's probably on his way out of the league, with him this season, if you want to show how horrible a signing John Wall truly was for that club, they were 15-19 when he didn't play. They stood at 18-9 nevertheless, and look at this plus minus. He indeed played many of his games without Kawhi or PG. While he wasn't on the floor, they were much better. At this point in his career, Russ is a much superior defender. While none of them are very good shooters, Russ is at least far more explosive when driving. He may now give their shooters a little more room. Going back to the fit, I hope that Russ is still best at driving to the basket and either completing or drawing a foul, which may not be the smartest move since he isn't the best free throw shooter any longer. But it is unrelated to the discussion at hand. To me, it seemed like they had a great connection when he threw AD, the alley-oop, or when he gave one of his shooters an open look. Compared to the Clippers, see how the Lakers star players perform on catch and shoot threes. It's like day and night, just what Russ offers. So it makes a lot of sense when put on paper. Let me now go on to the cons that Russ is an alpha. I warned you that you would hear it from him again, but at this stage of his career, that particular trade has its drawbacks. I still hold my claim that Russ is one of, if not the most naive athletes I've ever seen in my personal life. Thus I don't believe he'll be humbled by the Clippers. I mean, I'm on my 6th club in 5 years, and I just got bought out as a former MVP, but I don't believe it's in Russ's nature to see the writing on the wall. He isn't made that way. Russ is a confident athlete, and I assume he's thinking as he enters the room. In the West, a new big three has just been established. With me, Paul George had his greatest season. 3 times I averaged a triple-double with this player, and we just acquired Kawhi Leonard, a 2-time Finals MVP. Let's start the process. I'm not upset with him since it's what made him unique. On the other hand, the Clippers may find it challenging in the long run. Russ is a highly proud athlete who once again wears his triumphs on his sleeve, therefore he doesn't always take constructive criticism well. Frank Vogel was too friendly to him last year in my opinion, and Russ didn't quite get it, so he gave him a little bashing as he left. It didn't appeal to me. He deserves praise this year for joining Darvin Ham on the bench. He accepted Darvin's decision to bench him and make him a 6th man on the bench, yet the early part of the season wasn't the smoothest. He reportedly injured his hamstring during the preseason because he was playing off the bench and said he wasn't accustomed to not starting. Russ didn't sit on the bench in the 4th quarter of the season when he wasn't playing, he would just be warming up on the bike. You could still sort of sense Russ's unhappiness at not playing when he probably felt like he should have been playing, because I don't even know how you sub in and out fast if he's on the bike. All of it's included in the Russ package. Fortunately for the Clippers, Ty Lue has experience dealing with arrogant players since he has mostly coached Kyrie and LeBron. But unlike Russ, he hasn't had to bench them and make ego-damaging decisions. I want to see how that seems. At the end of the day, I believe the playoffs are about how many defensive stops you can get and who has the most guys, who can generate their shots. This means that when the going gets tough in the playoffs, Kawhi and PG will isolate and showcase their offensive arsenal. When that occurs, and they share the floor with Russ doing that, I'm interested in seeing how the offensive space will look, because Russ's defender won't be treating him as a perimeter shooter. It may also be a little intriguing. In conclusion, Ty Lue will continue to collect his paychecks from these recent months. Russ will likely log significant playing time given that Reggie Jackson and John Wall were gone. With no genuine point guard to serve as the focal point of their attack, the Clippers are in a hazardous situation. Russell Westbrook will most likely play a considerable amount of time on the floor as a consequence. But the Clippers did not incur significant costs in acquiring Westbrook, and they are not saddled with onerous debts to him. Coach Ty Lue has the opportunity to try out different lines since the Clippers roster is loaded with skill, something he was not allowed to do under past coaches. This is unquestionably a benefit of the change. These are my early impressions of the deal, but I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments. What do you think about the possibility of Russell Westbrook joining the LA Clippers? Do you think it would be a game changer for the team, or do you have doubts about how he would fit in with their current lineup? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our latest content. We'll be bringing you more deep dives into the world of sports, so be sure to tune in next time for another exciting discussion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.